As we put these companies together, we will continue with our pipeline. Arizona will continue with theirs, Pfizer's chief executive Ian Read told lawmakers on a second day of questioning about what could be the biggest ever UK corporate deal. And we would ring-fence any important products and they would continue to be developed. There is absolutely no truth to any comment that some products of critical nature would be delayed getting to patients. If anything, we would accelerate that to patients. And AstraZeneca said on Tuesday that Pfizer's proposal risks disrupting its research and delaying getting life-saving new drugs to market, as well as undervaluing the business. And what will we tell the person whose father died from lung cancer because one of our medicines was delayed, and essentially was delayed because in the meantime our two companies were involved in saving tax and saving costs? The British company's chief executive Pascal Soriot said on Tuesday. And on a second day in Parliament focused on the concerns of the science community, Read faced calls from a committee of lawmakers and other speakers for Pfizer to extend its commitment to UK jobs and research from 5 years to 10 or more. And I would like to see a longer period than that, 5 years, Science Minister David Willetts told the committee. And British Prime Minister David Cameron said he was seeking the best possible guarantees from Pfizer. And this government has been absolutely clear that the right thing to do is get stuck in to seek the best possible guarantees on British jobs, on British investment, and British science, he told lawmakers in Parliament on Wednesday. And the US boss had earlier defended his 5-year horizon, saying it was enough time to select medicines that had the greatest chance of approval and the biggest opportunity to meet the needs of patients. And Pfizer had changed its R&D strategy to avoid lengthy, and ultimately fruitless, research by bringing in commercial and development expertise at the proof-of-concept stage in the assessment of experimental drugs, he said. And it's very important for me for productivity to hold scientists accountable, to say I'm allocating you capital on a 5-year period and I'm going to review that on 5-year periods, he said. And Pfizer has indicated it could raise its offer for Britain's second biggest drug maker from $106 billion if AstraZeneca is prepared to talk. But lawmakers are deeply concerned about the impact of a takeover on the country's science base. And the U.S. company has a record of making deep job cuts after past takeovers of companies including Wyeth, Warner Lambert and Pharmacia. And fewer scientists. And Read said on Wednesday there would likely be fewer scientists in a newly combined company than currently work in the two firms, but he declined to put any numbers on it. And Nobel laureate Paul Nurse, the president of the Royal Society, Britain's National Academy of Science, wrote to the chairman of Parliament's Science Committee Andrew Miller to express his concern that Pfizer's promises so far were vague and inadequate. And Pfizer's 5-year commitment includes completing AstraZeneca's new research centre in Cambridge, retaining a factory in the northwestern English town of Macclesfield and putting a fifth of its research staff in Britain if the deal goes ahead. But it has also said this could be altered if circumstances changed significantly, and Scottish-born Read said he could not commit to maintaining a specific R&D budget for Britain. And Nurse said a 5-year pledge was simply not good enough. And a 5-year commitment to the UK is insufficient. A commitment of at least 10 years is required. Science is not a quick win, he wrote. And AstraZeneca has rejected Pfizer's cash and stock offer, which was worth £50 a share at the time it was made on May 2, arguing it has a bright future as an independent business, with a pipeline of promising new drugs. And so-called parliamentary select committees cannot block corporate transactions, but they can question executives ferociously, as banks, energy companies and Rupert Murdoch's News Corporation, NSA.O, have all found out in the past. And additional reporting by William James, editing by Mark Potter, Greg Mollick,